Hello. Hey everyone. Welcome back to the next session of SAP ABAP on HANA training series. Thank you for choosing JK Tutorials. In the last session, what we have discussed about the CDS and CDS views. Okay. We have discussed about the capabilities. What are the capabilities of CDS views? Why do we use CDS views? Why the SAP came up with the CDS view concept? All of those things we have discussed in our previous session. Those who have not attended my previous session, please go and check the recordings over there. Okay. So in this today's session, what we will do is we will just go into our Eclipse system and we will go and create this CDS view. Okay. So we will create this CDS view, which is normally our basic CDS view. We will go and create. Okay. Basic CDS view. Normal, what we will do here is we will just fetch the data from some of the table, any table, and we will start. Okay. So let me second log into my system. Yeah, guys. So you can see. Yeah, let's start. Now, I think what to create a CDSU, firstly you need to have to access the ADT. Okay, please go and check if someone of you are joining from here. Go and check how can we install the ADT into our system. Okay, how to install it, click all of those things here. Go and check. Okay, right click, go to new, then other repository object. In the type filter box, what we have to do is just select the data definition. Select this, click on next, give the CDS view name as CDS view, fetch from, okay, first we will see start from Mara table only, okay. Fetch Mara table data using CDS view. Okay, click on next, okay, define view, click on finish. Okay, it will take some time. System. I'm going to backend also to run. Alright, so you can see this is my basic CDS view which is just created. Okay. So what is a view? View just to view the data from the system. Okay. So we will be getting a CDS view from here only. Okay. So this is my basic first CDS view. Okay. What I will do here, I will go and create my CDS view. Okay. At the first you can see SQL name. These are all, what are these all called as? These are all known as annotations. Okay. So the first annotation which is SQL view name. What is this SQL view name? Okay. 1 second, guys. So before that, what are the purpose of these annotations? Okay. So what is the purpose of annotation? So you cannot generally define the every annotation have different purpose. Okay. Like this. These are all having different purposes. This particular annotation is telling us this one annotation is telling us about the DDL view, DDIC view name, which system, okay, should we create the activation. Okay, whenever we will save this view and we will activate, as soon as we will activate this view, then we will be able to see this view into our SE11. Okay, so inside through this, we can create the DDL view. Is this clear, guys? Okay, and where we are creating the CDS view, we are creating the CDS view on the application layer. So in the previous session, we have discussed we were working on our HANA DB layer. Okay, and your HANA this SQL view name should be less than how much? Should be less than 16 because in the SE11 in the back end you have seen the view name should be the table name should be less than 16 characters. Okay, let's use some name here. DDL view. Okay, so whenever a CDS view is activated, then it will create a DDL view in our SAP UI, in our SE11 screen. Okay, go to 6. Okay, I will show you that later. So firstly, we will create this. Okay, this is clear, guys. So now this is the next annotation is compare filter. Okay, so what is this compare? What is this annotation? Compare filter annotation tells. It tells the system if there is a where clause or group by clause, then system will decide whether it should select the data and after apply the filter, or it should before in the HANA only it should apply the filter and then select the data. So we should always keep it true for better performance means because to filter the data first and then take the data out of HANA box and bring in the ABAP layer, application layer. Okay, this is what we will do here using this compare filter. Okay, is this clear, guys? So next is preserve key. Third one you can see this is preserve key. So this is very good annotation. What it does is if you are going to use a database table here, if you are going to use a database in the data source name, what you will use is you will use the table name here. Okay. If you are going to use a database table, so you will mark this annotation as preserve key to say to the system that whatever key database table has had will also be the key for my CDSU. So what is this preserve key is telling here? So this preserve key is telling here that whatever the key in the database table, okay, if I will go in the backend, okay, for example, I will go to C11, I will go to Mara. This is a key field here. Okay, this material number is the key field here. So whatever the field is key field in the backend in our SE11, same key field that also be the key for my CDS view. So this is what this annotation preserve key does. I hope these all the annotations are clear to everyone. Okay, the next view. Okay, is this clear, guys? So next is the authorization check, and the last is okay. This authorization will check the what here we have discussed. Once again, I will show you this DCL we have discussed. Okay, this is basically authorization controlling the data flow out of the system. So same thing we will do here. Okay, we will put it as a not required. We can put it as a check, and more we will discuss about this in our coming up session. What I will do is I will just select write my table name here. For example, I will click the Mara. I will write the Mara. Inside this curly bracket, what I will do is, one second. Yeah. So here, from here, you can select the fields from the table. How easy is this? Okay. Because what you have to do is go there and press Control Space. Okay. Go there and select any field. For example, let's create MATLAB. Okay. Let's create area name. Okay. And area name we have selected. MATKL we have selected. Okay. And let's select MTART. So this is the first basic CDS view which we have created. Okay. Go there in the backend system where we will go in the backend. Copy this. Okay, go here only. Don't go anywhere. ST11. Just paste this. We will display. Is there any view? Does not exist. Why? Because we have not we have just saved this. Okay. Look, still, if you will go into the S4D system, into my GUI, into S11 transaction code, it will not get this. Why? Because this is not registered in the backend now. What I will do is save this. Okay. Same, whatever we were doing in our programming, same we will do here only. Okay. Save this. Check this. Okay. Then activate this. So it will take some time. It's due to my system, guys. Sorry, this is very slow today. Wait, go to SM30. No, SM12. Go to SM12. Yes, cut this out. Okay, it is my user. This is my user. Okay, go there again. Check this. Right. Yeah, it's activated now. All right. So what is this table do? Okay, so this is my data source from where I'm selecting the data and do control. Okay, so what is this? This is my data source from where I'm selecting the data. Is this clear, guys? So next is here you can see note author required. Okay, what is this annotation? What is this authorization required? So this means not required as of now. So what it does is basically, as I was mentioning initial, as I told you, like it will control the data control language, security of the data. So that's what something which will not do as of now. We will not do this. Okay. We will see all of this annotation in the separate lecture. Okay, in the separate session we will see. Okay, so here I'm saying there's no authorization, okay, needed to run this seriously. Okay, there's nobody, anybody can hit this and get the data right now. Is this clear, guys? No security checks are there. Okay, okay. So do you think there's DDL view is created? Still, checking it. Why it's not coming there? Because we have selected the database table. Go there, click on display. Look, guys, the CDS view is coming in the backend now. Okay, and I will go there, right click. Okay, run as a web application. You can see, guys, look, guys, voila, it's amazing how fast this is. Okay, it has fetched the data from all the data view, from all of the Mara table. Okay, for these four fields, whichever we have selected here. It is clear, guys. So in the backend also you can come and you can see this table. Okay, so this is a CDS database view. Okay, we cannot edit this in our backend. We are why? One second. I don't know why we are able to edit this. But the CDS views we cannot edit into our backend system. Okay. So this is all about this first basic CDS view. Okay. Uh, so okay, guys. Yeah. So that's all for this session. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Have a good day. Bye bye.